Greetings everyone. Today we're going to discuss the first question from the Codeforces latest question. So the name of the question is um, two towers. So if you want to read the question, then you can read. But I will give you the brief summary what the question is actually stating and what we have to do. Right? Let me bring my pens. Yeah. So the basically question is given that you have given the stacks of boxes or basically stacks of blocks, and we have to make the tell whether it is possible such that there will be alternate sequence of colors. What do we mean by alternate sequence of colors? By alternate sequence of color, we means that the two adjacent blocks should not be of same color, right? And what operation is allowed? The operation allowed is that we can pick the stack if it has block greater than equal to 2, right? If the number of blocks is greater than 2, we can pick the stacks of those many blocks and put the blocks on the top of the other one, right? And how are we gonna put the blocks? It's very simple. Like I guess we should first visualize the problem, and the code will be pretty much simple after that, right? Suppose I want to put the block, then I will put this block. Let me name this block 1, okay, and this block is 2. Then I will put the 1 on 2, right? Or 2 on 1. In this manner we will put the block, right? So yeah, so what's the approach we can think of, right? It's given that it's given that we can perform the operation any number of times with at least two blocks and move the top block on the top of the other block, right? So similarly it has been shown here, right? And here what we have, the pair of tower is beautiful if no pair touches the block of same color. As I have explained, the alternate color should be there, right? And consecutive color is not, should basically the no consecutive colors, consecutive blocks should have the same color, okay? Or we have to perform if it is possible to make the towers beautiful, right? So we have to tell whether it is possible or not. So yeah, let's just look at the solution, right? Okay, so what we can, sorry, oh my bad. So what we can do, if the if the it is a tower 1, suppose this is a tower 1 or tower A, okay, and this is a tower B, okay, and in both the tower they are consecutive colored block. What I am saying, so suppose we have a tower and it is having a 4 blocks, right? Suppose it has the 4 blocks, and this tower is of whatever length, let's say it's be of 6 length, okay, and 6 length and 6 length, I will not draw further blocks, right? And let's say here the this block and this block is having the same color, and let's say the here the first block and the second block having the same color. So is it possible to rearrange these blocks by picking the blocks from the upper half and put into the in other half, or and make the two blocks non-consecutive in by nature, in color nature, right? It's not possible, right? Because no matter which section we put and put on the other section, the other section will have the consecutive blocks, and it will be not possible. So what is our first observation? If the two blocks, if the consecutive colors is present in the both the blocks, then the answer will be not possible, right? So this is the first case, okay. Now let's just look at the second case. What is the second case? Suppose the consecutive colors are present in a one block. Let's say I have two blocks, okay, and the consecutive color blocked are present in us. Let's say this one and this one is having the same color, okay, and consecutive block color is present in the first block, okay. And if the consecutive colors are present in the first block, then what we can do? We can pick these many blocks and put the blocks on the top of the other one, right? But if the color of the last block, or we can say the first top block of both the buildings or both the blocks are same, then it is not possible. Why it's so? Because let's say the color of here the top block one is blue, okay, and here is also blue, and these ones are reds. So you want to separate these two reds, so you decided to put this block on top of this, then this block on top of this one, and this block on top of at the last one, right? But here these this and this is having the same color, so it's not possible. So it will so what's the observation number? Second observation. Observation is, if the top of the both the building is having the same color, and there is a repetition in any of the block, either in first block or second block, and the top block having the same color, then also the answer will be not possible, right? So it's the second observation. Now what's the third observation? The third observation is pretty much straightforward, that if the any column, right, having that more than one consecutive uh, colored block, what I'm saying, I am basically saying this, that let's say this one is having the blue color and this one having the blue color, right? And this one is having the red color, and this one is having the red color. Sorry, my bad. Let me bring the red color. Okay, yeah. This one is having the red color and this one is having the red color. So no matter what step we perform, we cannot make sure that the no two consecutive blocks in this tower is having a different color, because if we pick the tower from this to this length, right, then these two will remain. And if we decided to, take the tower of length from this block, then these two consecutive block will have the same color, so it will be not possible. So these are the three conditions. So let us recap the all three conditions. The first condition state that if the both the buildings having a consecutive colors, at least one consecutive block, then the answer will be not possible, right? What is the second condition? The second condition is, if any of the building is having a consecutive block, right, and if the top block of both the building having the same color, then also the answer will be not possible. And what's the third and the last condition? If the number of consecutive blocks, right, the number of such pairs such that the consecutive blocks having the same colors is greater than one, then also the answer will be not possible, as I have shown, right? So this was all about the logic part of this question. Let me show you the code, right, and explain you there, right? And one more thing, that here the input format is given from the from the bottom to up, right? So basically the last indexing is representing the top, basically the top element of the both the stack, right? So keep this thing in mind, because that's will be helpful for solving. Okay, now let me show you the code part and we will discuss in that section. Yeah, so here I have taken the input x and y, right, and taken the strings as input s1 and s2. What the f1 and f function is telling, suppose I have made a function f which will tell me whether there is any consecutive blocks having the same color or not. If the consecutive blocks having the same color, then it will return me the indexing, right? And if more than one pairs exist such that the consecutive blocks having the same color, then it will return me the -2, right? And if the no pair exists such that the consecutive blocks having the same color, then it will return me -1. What I have said just that if there are more than two pairs having the consecutive blocks having the same color, it will return me -2. If no pair exists such that a consecutive block having the same color, it will return me the -1. And in all other cases, it will return me the indexing. Basically, in that case, when the only one consecutive blocks are available, then it will return me the indexing of the block from where the consecutiveness is happened, right? So if any of the two column have the number of consecutive pairs greater than 2, okay, then the answer is not possible. So that thing is mentioning in this first conditional statement, right? And if none of them having the consecutive colors, right, if it is the first column is also in the alternative form, and previous column is also, and another column is also in the consecutive form, then also we don't need to then the answer will be also the -1, right, because it's already in required form, right? So the second part is done. Now what's the third part? The third part is stating that if the first part is also having the consecutive block and second part is also having the consecutive block, then no matter what we do, the answer will not possible, right? So it is the third condition, right? So, and this is the condition, what if the first block is having the consecutive blocks, right? And what we have to check, if this block, suppose this block is having the consecutive block, then what we have to check? We have to check that the top element of these two blocks should be differ, right? because top element of these two blocks should be different. So that one was checking by these conditional statements. And if this is not possible, if the top block of this block and this block is having the same color, and there is a one consecutive pair, basically consecutive block having the same color, then the answer will be not possible, else the answer will be possible. So that thing is mentioning in this conditional statement. And the similarly, if the consecutive pairs is present in the second block, right, then we have to check what the top of the first second block and the top of the first block should have the different color, right? And this was all about the solution. Yeah, let me also show you the function about which I have just talked. So this is the function which is giving me whether there is a one consecutive block having the same color, or more than one consecutive block having the same color, or no block having the same color, right? So I have just passed the string s, and I have run the loop, and I have checked that if the current block and the previous block is having the same color, then I will increase the counter and set the answer to I, right? It is basically answer will store the answer of the block from where the consecutiveness has happened. And if the count is greater than 0, basically what I have initialized the count from the -1, and if the count is from greater than 0, it means what the more than one pair exists here which is having the consecutive block, then we have to return that -2. Okay. And if the count is equal to 0, means what if only one pair exists having a consecutive basically only the one pair exists such that the consecutive blocks having the same color, then we will return the indexing of that indexing from where the consecutiveness have started, else we will return the -1. It means what the blocks are already in required form and no consecutive blocks having the same color. So this was all about the solution of the first question. Hope you understand. If you have any doubt, then feel free to ask in the comment section and chat group.